Thank you.
Welcome to Secretary General BanKiMoon, Mrs. BanKiMoon, Foreign Minister Kadir, State Secretary Volgan Partner, General Fedotov, Mrs. Fedotova, Secretary General Herbish, Special Minister of the Co-Chair of the Article 14 Foreign Minister Espinoza, Thomas Camacho, Commission Chairperson Basel Deputy Director General, the ambassadors, dignitaries, guests, colleagues from the CTBTO family and other Vienna organizations. Welcome to all of you. You honor us by joining this celebration of the 15th anniversary of the Separate Commission and its Secretariat. Today's event also marks the official opening of the Vienna office of the United Nations Office of Disarmament Affairs. The office firmly underlines Vienna's role as the hub for multilateral disarmament. Welcome to Transfer and membership of scientific and technical achievements. And we have every reason to say we have overcome many obstacles and we will continue to make a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a privilege. The explanation you gave in our ministerial meeting last year in New York on how deep your devotion to the treaty is, and let me recall it. As you explained at the time, your family is pronounced Bad, but another way to pronounce it is bad. As I mentioned so proudly so many times in so many places, you are the #1 fan of the CTBTO family. Thank you for your leadership, Mr. Secretary. You have the floor.
Your Excellency, Minister Carl Bildt of Sweden, distinguished representatives of foreign ministers of Mexico and Indonesia, our distinguished colleague, Executive Secretary, Ambassador Tibor Toth, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, it's a great pleasure to meet you this morning, early this morning. This anniversary is an important event for the world, and it also carries a great personal meaning for me. Visiting this preparatory commission, which I used to chair in 1999, is like homecoming. And thank you very much for this warm welcome and kind words. I look around this room and see many familiar faces. And many of us have been working together on these issues for many years, at least for 15 years. As a diplomat, I try to move the international community to act against nuclear testing. Spelled like B-A-N, ban. And many people call me ban, so that's fine. But I will ban only nuclear tests. I will ban nuclear tests. So since then, my nickname has become nuclear test ban. That much, my name and my commitment have come all all the lifetime. In fact, I also served as Vice Chairman of JAIC on nuclear issues. As Secretary General now, I'm more committed to the goal of free Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Nobody can visit such places and return home the same person. Nuclear tests poison the environment, and they also poison the political climate, and they breed mistrust, isolation, and fear. So today, I issue a challenge to all leaders of all the countries that have not yet endorsed the CTBT. Visit the site of nuclear tests. Speak to the population, the victims. At the same time, we remember the hope in which the CTBT was conceived. The hope for nuclear disarmament and non-proliferation are not utopian ideas. They are critical to global peace and security. We have a legal and moral obligation to rid our world of nuclear tests and nuclear weapons. When we put an end to nuclear tests, we get closer to eliminating all nuclear weapons. A world free of nuclear weapons will be safer and more prosperous. Governments now spend vast sums of money to build and test arsenals of death. The world is overarmed and development is underfunded. It is time to reverse that equation. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the CTBT was a milestone. It is an essential building block in strengthening the rule of law in nuclear disarmament and non-proliferation. That is why it is distressing that this treaty has yet to enter into. One said that as she watched the nuclear bombs fall, she never thought they would wipe out her immune system. This woman made a heartfelt plea to governments. She said, I quote, while remembering the victims of past nuclear weapons tests, we must also protect the health and safety of our future generations by ratifying the CTBT Treaty. I'm here today to amplify her call so that it reaches people in power. I urge all governments that have not yet signed or ratified this treaty to immediately do so. I especially call for action by countries whose ratification is essential for the treaty to enter into force. Establishment of a Middle East zone free of nuclear weapons and other weapons of mass destruction. My special envoy is working very hard to convene this conference within this month, as was mandated by the NPT Review Conference of 2010. It may be held at the later part of this year. Dear colleagues, we have another celebration taking place today. It's not the 50th anniversary. It is just the first birthday, maybe the first few weeks of birth. It is my great pleasure to officially open the new Vienna office of the United Nations Office for Disarmament Affairs. The establishment of this office is a response to the growing need for cooperation in all areas of disarmament, non-proliferation, and arms control. It will especially improve collaboration among the Vienna-based organizations and specialized agencies. The office will also bring in regional intergovernmental organizations like the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. I have high hopes for this office. I thank member states for the voluntary contributions that have helped bring it into being. The government of Austria